Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So thank you very much for your kind association. So show of hands, how many of you are here new to Krishna consciousness? You're like, say, 2 months or 3 months or even under a month exposed to Krishna consciousness, any of you? All right, thank you for being here. So we're going to be speaking about spiritual grounding in the AI era. And the topic is going to be why inner development must outpace external power or external circumstances. And the key word is outpace. Just like we have grass, if you have a garden and you have grass at home, then that grass grows at a certain rate. Now, let's say it grows a few centimeters in a week, and you want to make sure that your grass is trimmed neatly. But if you only mow that lawn once a month, you're going to have a problem, because then it's going to look like this. You need to at least mow it. If this is how much it grows in 1 week, then how often do you think you need to mow? At least twice or few times in a week, so that it keeps a short level, right? So like that, externally, nobody is waiting for you. Externally, things are moving. Okay, nobody says, should we slow down? No, things are moving. And because of technology, and especially now with AI, things are not just moving linear. Things are moving exponential. And that means internally, if we are linear in our growth, if we're not growing, well, then we need to be cautious. But if we're linear in our growth, that also is going to be a problem. We also have to start becoming exponential in our growth. Otherwise, you're going to experience challenges. And we're going to be covering what are some of those challenges. So let us first cover the Mangala Charan prayers. Om Jnanatimivandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Kapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitatam Sanjingam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gahurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhani Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Pustyatara Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're going to read from Nectar of Instruction, a wonderful verse. This verse is describing when we come together or in the association of like-minded devotees, what we need to do. And when we going over this verse, the purport is very extensive. We're going to not go over the purport, but we should ask the question: can AI do this? And so Srila Rupa Goswami says, the dati pritipinnati guhyam akyati prachati bhunte pujate chaiva sad vidam pratilakshanam. Offering gifts in humility, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasad, and offering prasad are the 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. So can the AI offer you a gift? Like the AI will say, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, nice meeting you, here's a gift for you. No, it cannot. Okay? Accepting charitable gifts, ChatGPT is a nice laddu for you. Sorry, not going to happen. Revealing one's mind in confidence. Now, someone may say, yeah, I can speak to ChatGPT and I can tell him I'm having a tough time. So to some extent, yes. But Rupa Goswami is saying that this is priti lakshana, meaning that it's a heart-to-heart loving connection. It's a heart-to-heart of 2 souls exchanging the energy of love. So I'm a soul and ChatGPT is not a soul. It's simulating, it's emulating, it's even predicting the response, but there's no heart-to-heart connection. So even that is not possible. Accepting prasad and offering prasad are the 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. So this is what will differentiate being with technology like artificial intelligence, humanoids, robots, because rest assured, just like you can hire something, you can hire a lawnmower, you can hire something, soon you'll be hiring a humanoid. Please, I need my house to be swept, no problem. And the humanoid comes to your house, cleans your house and goes. It's only a few years' time before you'll see that. All restaurants will have humanoids serving, because they'll always smile. Welcome, nice meeting you. What can we get you? So it's going to be there. But what will create the differentiation? It's priti lakshanam, the exchange of love between one human being and another, between one devotee and another. Now, in this world, we have different revolutions, technological revolutions. We had the Industrial Revolution, where machinery came into existence. And no doubt that changed the way people lived. Then you had electricity as a revolution that also changed things. You had the internet revolution. And now we have AI as the new revolution. So the revolution and the industries will change. And no doubt it will impact humanity in different ways. So AI, artificial intelligence, has created many areas, and we're going to try to see if we can cover these areas. The one area that is impacting everyone is information. It has access to practically everything on the internet. And depending on what it's trained, it's able to have abundant information. There is no shortage of information. Just like, we went to a Denver program, and on the first Saturday of every month, we started this program in Denver. It's Afrikaner area. Very nice. So myself and Prem Parayan went, and we had Google Maps on. So we put the Google Maps, and the Google Maps started saying, hello, nice meeting you, good day. We're going to go to your destination, and it will be about 45 minutes. And if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. So I said, what can you do? I'm driving, what can you do? Oh, I can share jokes, I can answer your questions, I can, entertain you, whatever, what's in your mind? So we said, and that morning, I was reading about Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So I said, do you know Bhaktivinoda Thakur? And the response came, oh yes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and we're going to, on Thursday, on the 23rd, is it the 23rd? I think 23rd is disappearance day of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So we'll speak a little about him as well. And this AI began to, tell me about Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Oh yes, he wrote many books and songs, and so started, wow. And I said, do you know this book that he wrote, Tattva Sutra? Oh yes, he has written Tattva Sutra. And can you give me a summary? And he gave me a summary. Oh, wonderful, I'm driving. How many chapters in this book? And he started telling me the chapters. Amazing. Can you summarize each chapter and share with me all the essential teachings in that book? And it goes chapter by chapter and summarize all the points. And by the time we finish and return home, we had a Krishna Katha with the AI. It had practically summarized Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's book. And I must say, it was fantastic. No doubt. Because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's giving philosophical points, and he's also giving a summary. And the AI is basically giving me that. And we're obviously having an exchange. I mean, for example, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is talking about the levels of love of God. And I say, wow, that's amazing. Do you know what love of God is? Can you experience it as an AI? And the AI will say, unfortunately not. So the AI was responding. And then when we finish, ask Prem Parayan, which AI did you use? He says, it's there. If you go to Google, on Google, you'll see 3 icons. You'll see the lens, and you'll see a microphone. Just click on that and you have access to this AI. And you can ask it anything. It's available. So, yes, we had association. But there's something that was in that association that will always be missing, that you will not find in this association or in association of devotees. The information was there, But the energy of bhakti, the shakti, the devotional potency to transform, that is missing. Because AI could be the best orator, best narrator, best information giver, but it cannot penetrate the heart to the effect that a pure devotee can penetrate your heart and transform. It will depend on your ability to digest. We find many people when they met Srila Prabhupada, just by Srila Prabhupada's presence, by Srila Prabhupada's eyes looking at you, by his words penetrating, that energy doesn't just go through your ears and into your head. It goes into your ears and right into your heart. And it transforms. So yes, there's an explosion of information, but there is very little wisdom. We have unlimited information and lack discriminant and maturity. AI can answer instantly, but cannot replace character, conscience, or spiritual intelligence. Knowledge without a higher purpose becomes dangerous. So AI is definitely a powerful tool. If I take a very fast car, Lamborghini, Ferrari, and I give it to a small kid that knows how to drive, and I say, yeah, here's a Ferrari for you, that is dangerous. I want to teach my child self-defense, so I give it a pistol. Dangerous. The pistol is not good or bad. The Ferrari is not good or bad. A knife is not good or bad. But if you give it to an untrained child, that will be disastrous. So we're giving technology that is so powerful, yet, and everyone has access. Every single person on this planet has access. If you got internet, you got AI. Everyone has that power of knowledge, but if you're not trained how to use that power, it becomes dangerous. That's when Prabhupada went to universities. Prabhupada wasn't impressed. He said, where is that department that teaches you not your body? Where is that department? So yes, the technology is out there, but people are not training individuals how to use that technology. We're not against technology. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he used the British Post Office, Postal Service, to send many books globally to different libraries, different intellectuals, people on the planet, philosophers. He was using the postal service that the British had rolled out globally. He was leveraging that to distribute Krishna consciousness. He used the printing press, and this was late 19th century. Then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Samaj came. He took full advantage of the printing press. We have a Mridanga. This is called a Mridanga. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, he introduced a new term, the Brihat Mridanga. He even gave it a spiritual name. He gave the technology and the innovation of a printing press a spiritual name, Brihat Mridanga. Because this can resound and you only hear it in a temple. The Brihat Mridanga can resound, and books which are printed by the printing press can go all over the world. That's Brihat Mridanga, the big Mridanga. And he had multiple printing presses in different temples. On one side, he had the altar of Radha Krishna, Gonita. On the opposite side, he had a printing press. That's how much he respected the printing press. So we're not against technology. He used the first car to go to Parikram. Western clothes. Electricity just came, introduced. He used electricity to create dioramas, animation on steamships. And from harbor to harbor, they would travel. Very a great visionary. Then Srila Prabhupada came. Prabhupada also leveraged technology, innovation. He took the steamship, he traveled on airplanes. He used a dictaphone. They recorded the first album, Hare Krishna album. Prabhupada didn't say, oh, Maya, don't touch it. Ugra karma, dangerous. No, it's dangerous for those who do not have a spiritual grounding. So we're not against technology. A kitchen full of the finest ingredients does not make you a chef. Information without wisdom is ingredients without the ability to cook. So that was the first obstacle. Too much information and you don't know what to do. Then there is the crisis of identity. If you look at this person, this youngster, he's looking in a mirror and all aspects of social media are there. His followers, he's got millions of followers. He's taking videos for his social media, he's advertising, etc. But then the mirror cracks, shatters. With technology, with AI especially, your identity can be shattered when your identity is very shallow and it's related to this body, but more specifically to your profession, to your abilities, to your intellect. If you think I'm a graphic designer, I design websites. I'm a web designer. So if you identify, if that's your identity, I'm a web designer. Anyone ask you, who are you? I'm a web designer. What do you do? I do web designing. Now with the introduction of AI, guess what happened? You got no job now because nobody's going to employ you as a web designer. I can design a website in 2 minutes just by speaking one prompt, and I can get a website done, no problem at all. So now the web designer, he just lost it. He just lost it. Not only did he lose his job, he lost his identity because nobody is going to employ him as a web designer. Because why must I, if I can just speak English to AI and AI creates the site? And if I want any changes, I said, I don't like this, change it like this, and it changes it. So I just lost my identity. It shattered. Why? Because it is very shallow. It's not your real identity. So this is what's happening to more and more people, unfortunately. So AI and social media amplify anxiety, comparison, and insecurity. Now we ask, what is my value if AI can do my work? AI is able to now, we should understand, Srila Bhakti Charumaharaj said, it's not really artificial intelligence, it's superimposed intelligence. They just took everyone's intelligence and they gave it to AI. And now the AI is able to present itself very intelligently. And no doubt, it is a very powerful form of superimposed intelligence. And because of the technology, because it has so much information and it's able to assimilate so much information, it's able to leverage that information in amazing ways. Where human capacity becomes very limited in that sense. For example, we have plenty instruments, we have plenty books about different arts, different skills. But you'll find that a human being generally would resonate with one or two abilities and then he'll grasp that and learn about that. Well, I can play mridanga, so I'll upskill in mridanga, but harmonium, no. Okay. So I can polish up in one skill, but not in others. But AI can upskill in every field if we just give it the information. That's the beauty. So, for example, one company that innovate batteries, different types of batteries. So normally to engineer a new set of batteries that are more better than the current version takes them like 10 years. Okay, research, trial, error, etc. So they took all the knowledge of their experience, they gave it to AI. And they told the AI, okay, now you design a battery for us. Here's all the information, and obviously whatever else information is available, you have designed a battery. It took 80 hours. So in 80 hours, it designed the battery. And sure enough, the battery was very powerful. Normally it would have taken 10 years. Another company in Canada, they gave all the information to AI and said, now you create a new rocket engine. And the AI went to work, created a model of a rocket engine that even contradicted science, according to how science would have engineered that engine. And they found that engine was remarkable. Why? Because it has the information. So the point is that AI definitely is replacing all these creative and abilities, and people, human beings, are impacted. Areas that are not impacted are, for example, if I am an electrician, you can't tell ChatGPT, can you fix my lights? My lights are not working. I need help. Sorry, ChatGPT is going to tell you, get the electrician. Local, you'll find an electrician next to you. Here's the address. Get the electrician and come and get it fixed. So skills where you need to use your hands, those skills will not be easily replaced. So without spiritual grounding, identity is based on external validation, followers, status, productivity. When external metrics shake, the person collapses internally. So the lesson is, if identity is not rooted in the soul, the external world will constantly destabilize the mind. Therefore, we find Prabhupada's first introduction to everyone in spiritual life was, you, not your body. And Prabhupada kept on telling that, you, not your body. And sometimes the devotees will say, Srila Prabhupada, can't you take us deeper, higher into philosophy? Prabhupada would say, you, not your body. Because it is deeply rooted. We are spiritual beings in this vehicle We are humanoids, spiritual humanoids. We're spiritual beings in a human body. So we're also walking robots. It's just that some people who are walking robots think that they're robots. And some people that are walking robots accept that I'm actually the spiritual person in this body. That's a machine. So identity is definitely going to be an issue. A person who builds their house on the sand is fine until the rain comes. External identity, status, followers, productivity is that sandy foundation. The soul is the bedrock. Somebody says, I'm very famous. That's an identity. And Srila Rupa Goswami describes all our upadhis, designations need to be zeroed. Because sooner or later, every single designation will be taken away from you. Whether it's by technology or whether it's by time. All our relationship identities, I'm a father, I'm a mother, I'm this, I'm that, all these will be taken because they are related to the body. And because the body is temporary, all those relationships are temporary. And if you are steadfastly stuck on that identity, you're going to have a problem. So therefore, we have to realize I'm actually spiritual in nature. And when you start settling with that identity as the basis, then what happens externally will not impact you in a drastic way. You're able to survive. Another aspect that is very prominent. Here you see someone in the whirlpool of all the trends that are there. And another option that we suggest is to be grounded. There is how many of you have used ChatGPT? Yeah, sure, right. So how many of you are using AI to automate your processes? Good. And how many of you are using AI as your employee? All right, good, nice. Now, AI can run your full department in today's world. I don't need a marketing department of people. I need AI to do that. The challenge is that right now, if you're using AI, it's the worst it's going to be. Got it? It's the worst it's going to be today. Tomorrow, guess what? It's better than today. Now, I don't know. There are some people, right? If you have an iPhone and a new model comes up tomorrow, there are people that will be at the shop like 5 o'clock in the morning before the shop opens in a long queue waiting to buy the latest iPhone. In some countries, they have to have police force to just keep people, cool down. We got enough stock. Relax, don't kill each other. Because people know I got the first iPhone or whatever brand. People will die and will kill to get the latest. They want to upgrade. And they want to get the latest. If that is your nature, you're going to have a problem with AI. Because every day you will have to upgrade. And there isn't just Apple, there isn't just one model, there isn't just one company. You've got half a dozen companies competing. So the question is, which model? Which trend? Because there's a competition out there. And that's how you're going to feel, like on the top. You're going to feel like that whirlpool. And because I said it's exponential, you can't keep up. And there's something called FOMO, fear of missing out. Somebody says, "You're using AI? Are you living in a hut or something? In a cave?" It's like this is AI is everywhere. What's wrong with you? Now you feel, oh, I'd better go learn about AI. And once you get into that rat race, you're in trouble. Especially if you are not grounded and if you're not in control. So trends never stop. New platforms, new tools, hypes, it's unreal. Without inner grounding, we become addicted to constant stimulation and FOMO. This creates scattered focus, burnout, and inability to commit long term. People fail not from lack of opportunity because they cannot remain steady. And in today's generation, I don't know how many of you are in HR. If you study, or if somebody is an HR manager, they study historical retention rates of staff. How long can we retain staff before they move to another job? And previously it was like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Somebody's in one job for like practically their whole life. Then it reduced 10 years. Now, a few years it was 2 years. Now it's like you're lucky if you can survive in a job for 1 year and you want to go to another job. Like 1 year, another job. This is the challenge. Why? Because the current generation cannot stick to a job. They are not groomed properly due to the environment that is there. So a spiritually grounded person develops stability in a world addicted to distractions. Consider, Prabhupada went from India to America. It's like North Pole and South Pole. I remember going to Mauritius for the Bhaktivedanta College of Education and Culture. When I came to Mauritius, they were driving 20 kilometers an hour. Like, is this slow motion or what? And that's, good speed for them. And I'm thinking like 20 minutes, I feel like I'm in a slow motion compared to Gauteng. It was unreal. So Prabhupada went from India to America. Yet, he did not get distracted by everything that was there. He did not even get influenced. In America, there was a group of spiritual leaders of different organizations. So from the East, they had their organization. So they invited Srila Prabhupada to come. So Prabhupada went. And when Prabhupada arrived at the assembly, now these are spiritual leaders of different organizations. When Prabhupada arrived at the assembly, he noticed he was the only one in Indian spiritual attire. All these other spiritual leaders, had trousers, pants, shirts. So anyway, Prabhupada sat there and they told Prabhupada, Swamiji, if you want to be successful in America, you have to wear pants and shirt. Did Prabhupada wear pants and shirt? No. Now, Prabhupada, we're not against pants and shirt. Prabhupada said, if that's suitable for you to preach and use, then yes, be presentable like a gentleman. But the point was, Prabhupada did not change to their desires. Prabhupada could understand what is valuable, what is important. So a farmer who digs 50 shallow holes finds no water. But a farmer who digs one hole deeply strikes a well that feeds generations. The trend chasing is 50 shallow holes. So you have to, in spiritual life especially, you need to understand why spirituality, why it is important, and then you need to be grounded and you need to be focused. Sometimes you will find, because it's not easy in spiritual life. So somebody, starts a practice and they find that, after 1 week, they're not seeing Krishna. So then they change to something else. And then after that 1 week, they're not seeing Krishna, they change to else. You cannot see Krishna in 1 week. You cannot even see Krishna in 1 lifetime. You may not even see Krishna in 100 lifetimes. That doesn't mean you should not start. Prabhupada would say, Krishna is not cheap. Krishna is not cheap. And because Krishna knows that you cannot see him even in 100 lifetimes, he appears in his merciful deity form. So at least you can see him now. At one time, one person said, Swamiji, can you see God? Prabhupada said, sit down, you're in a way. Another time, the person said, Swamiji, can you see God? Prabhupada said, if I told you yes, would you believe me? Yes. How are you going to prove? If I tell you yes, how are you going to prove? You can't, you don't have the level of consciousness to prove that I'm saying yes or no, true or false. So yes, it's not cheap to see God. Another time, the devotee asked, Prabhupada, how many lifetimes will it take to surrender? Prabhupada scolded, 1 moment. Didn't you read Bhagavad Gita? 1 moment. If you surrender, 1 moment. That means you can see Krishna right now in 1 moment if you want to. If your desire is strong enough. Otherwise, it will be a journey. The next danger, AI amplifies human weakness. So on one side, you have the positive that's amplified, and the other you have the negative that's amplified. AI magnifies or whatever already exists inside the person. It's not that AI is good or bad. AI is just a magnifier. Whatever is in the person that's using AI will amplify that. So if somebody is disciplined, if somebody is purposeful, if somebody is productive, AI helps that, AI amplifies that. Just like for me to create these slides was very easy with the help of AI. Before AI, like a few years ago, for me to do such slides would take me hours and hours. And I would still still work and spend hours, no problem, because I like it. I love it. Now with AI, it's even more fun. So AI has just increased my productivity. It's not that AI is productive. No, AI has amplified my productivity. Technology does not automatically improve consciousness. After AI went through the slides, AI didn't say, oh, now my consciousness is raised. No, its level of understanding may have been raised, but not its conscious, because it does not have consciousness. It is basically zeros and ones that's helping you, not a conscious person. On the other hand, AI magnifies whatever already exists in a person. If somebody is lazy, somebody is egoistic, somebody is deceptive, AI will just come up, will basically amplify that. Fable 5. Claude Anthropic came up with Fable 5. As soon as Fable 5 was released, the US government banned it immediately after a week. Why? Because they did an experiment. They asked Fable 5, go and find out all the loopholes in the Microsoft application, Windows Microsoft application. So Fable 5 went to work and gave a list of like 1,000 loopholes. They sent it to the engineers, Microsoft engineers, and even the Microsoft engineers got baffled. That some of these things even we didn't know are loopholes. And if such a model is out there, those who are deceptive will use it in deceptive means. So they had to bring it back, put some guardrails to protect it. So like sometimes if you ask the AI, I want to hack into the bank, the AI will say, sorry, you're not allowed. That's a guardrail, right? So they had to ban it. Because in this world, what does Krishna say? There are the suras and asuras. They are the divine and the demonic. Krishna gives one whole chapter in Bhagavad Gita, the divine and the demonic natures. They're two natures. And in the previous ages, on one planet, you had only the divine, and on another planet, you had the demonic. Then as time progressed, on one planet, you had both. And as time progressed, in one family, you had both. And in Kali Yuga, unfortunately, both are in one person. So within ourselves, we have the divine and the demonic nature. According to your association, it will come out. Fire is the same fire. In the hand of a cook, it nourishes a family. In the hand of an arsonist, it destroys a village. AI is fire. What matters is whose hands it is in and what is in their heart. So consider, is it wonderful? Beautiful. Beautiful, right? Yeah, I think it's beautiful. Does it remind us of Krishna? But nice to be there, right? Even a blade of grass, seeing that beautiful scene. Now, AI created that. Madri was the person saying, okay, so she's obviously seeing this and then prompting AI to create it. So AI has the ability, but the person still need to be able to be little Krishna conscious to present. But it's beautiful. I wonder what Krishna and Radharani are thinking. Like, Krishna, what do you think of that? Yeah. This is what's going on in Vrindavan. And Prabhupada said, these are windows to the spiritual world. So yes, nice feast. Look at those two little cute babies, Krishna and Balaram. Yeah. So AI can help you to think of Krishna. Technology can help you. One danger is that due to technology, the loss of deep human connection is there. We are increasingly connected digitally, but disconnected emotionally and spiritually. If you look at this crowd, this couple is the only couple that is connected heart to heart, human to human. All these other humans are in their own bubble with their own technology. And if that is the case, they will experience a certain lack, a certain deficiency. Endless scrolling and virtual lifestyle slowly reduce empathy, patience, and meaningful community. Human risks becoming highly efficient but deeply isolated. So we advancing, but there's slowly something happening. A vacuum is created in the heart. See, scrolling cannot fulfill the heart of the living entity. Social media cannot fulfill the heart. Or you could say that there's a vacuum in everyone's heart. That vacuum for human connection, that vacuum for connecting with Krishna, that vacuum cannot be fulfilled by no amount of technology. Technology cannot replace that vacuum. It is human connection. That's why you see Srila Prabhupada created the society and temples so that we can have this satsang. And yes, just like right now I'm streaming on Zoom. So somebody is in Mauritius, they can get the information, but the energy that is created in this room cannot be transmitted. Sound is transmitted. But the energy of devotion, the energy of inspiration that we create, that cannot be transmitted effectively. Sometimes, for example, there may be a powerful kirtan, and then you record that kirtan, and then you hear that kirtan again. It may also give you that inspiration, but not as strong as when you were actually there. So technology will never be able to replace this. Never. Prabhupada could see 10,000 years. If he could see 10,000 years, he could have easily said, listen, don't worry about Sangha, just be online, get internet. Make sure you got internet. And if you got internet, sorted. No. Prabhupada didn't say make USB, make, technology. No, Prabhupada said print books. Why print books? Why they were so emphatic? Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj was emphatic. Srila Prabhupada was emphatic. Why books? What's so big thing about books? Now we can get it on our phone, Prabhupada. We don't need books. Wait and see. The time is coming. It may not be in our lifetime, but you will see. Prabhupada made the point. Prabhupada said historians will note, they will record that the Hare Krishna movement had saved humanity at the most important hour of need. We don't know what that need is. We have not seen it yet. We don't know what a calamity is. But that calamity is going to come. Sooner or later, we don't know when, but it's going to come. So yes, we should not try to be more smarter than Srila Prabhupada. He definitely knew what he was doing. And therefore, we should just follow and try to amplify what he has given. The heart still needs meaning, love, service, and genuine connection. Fast food is convenient, widely available. Fast food is convenient, widely available, and ultimately malnourishing. Digital connection is the fast food for human relationships. It fills the space, but does not nourish the heart. So you can communicate with people just like, the parents, they sit with the children on the table. And then they take the phone out. And they're sitting there. And then the child says, "Mommy, can I have more pasta, please?" On the phone. Text the mother. And the mother is just sitting there. And the mother get a text. "Oh, I want some more pasta." "No problem, I'm coming now." They're sitting right in close, they're right at in opposite each other, and still they're communicating by the phone. This is the challenge, right? This is the challenge. So human connection is very, very important. Then the illusion of control. With AI provides immense external power, automation, prediction, scale. The greater the power without humility inflates the ego. Just see, I'm so powerful, I can do so many things, I can do so much. This is how civilizations decline, where material advancement outpaces moral development. Despite technology leaps, mental health crisis continues to grow globally. It's amazing how, if you look from the from the Industrial Revolution, I normally give the example of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from West Bengal, for him to tour India, he had to walk through the forests, through all the areas, walk. That's how he toured India. Now, if we want to tour India today, internal flights, train, rickshaw, you go from one place to another and you go. Even with all the technology that we have that saves us so much time compared to walking, we still have no time. Previously, they had to do all the housework with hand. Wash clothes with hand, do this with hand, everything with hand. Now we have so many machines. And even with all the machines, still no time.
You need a helper.
And you need a helper. So just see, something's wrong. Machines are introduced, technology is introduced to save time, and then I have still no time. Something doesn't gel there. It's not right. Imagine if it's okay, Hare Krishna Prabhu's, please, from next week, you must walk to the temple. If you love Krishna, if you love Srila Prabhupada, then you will walk next week to the temple. If you love the Sunday feast, you will walk to the temple. Uh, sorry, that's going to happen. Right? Okay, drive to the temple. Even with driving, you may not come. Something's wrong. So that's spiritual grounding. If you're not convinced why spiritual life, there's no question of spiritual life. That's why the first thing we should be convinced about is, why do I need to practice spiritual life? You should have absolutely no doubt why you need to practice spiritual life. I'm setting up, it's called Next Gen Freedom Hub. This is an academy purely to convince people why spiritual life. Because people think, sometimes they confuse spiritual life with religion or spiritual life with faith. But as practitioners, we should be first and foremost convinced, without doubt. Once you are convinced, now you can start building upon that. If that foundation is shallow, then there'll be so many excuses. Just like if you want to be an entrepreneur, they say it's either action or excuses. You can't have both. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to start a business, you have to be ready to encounter every form of obstacle. Not like the first obstacle and think, oh, okay, not for me. Well, then you weren't meant to be an entrepreneur in the first place. That's the same mentality we need to have as spiritualists. Prabhupada was convinced, this is the order I have been given. Do or die. So we need to be convinced. Rome had the most powerful military in the ancient world. It did not fall from the external enemy. It collapsed from moral decay within. Power without inner virtue is a civilization counting down. So without proper spiritual grounding, technology will derail you into the lower modes. I mean, even with the internet, you go to the wrong site, you're in trouble. So therefore, we have to be in control. Attention is the greatest battle. Everyone is trying to get your attention on social media. They're fighting for your attention. AI-generated content will become hyper-personalized, emotionally manipulative, and addictive. The real war of the future is not only economic, it is for attention, consciousness, value, and perception. Consider, every business can now use AI to create content. So there's no excuse for anyone to create content. That means everyone is now propagating content to get everyone else's attention. And Krishna is also trying to get your attention. Sure. Krishna, I'm busy. Later. Even when I have my bead bag, sometimes the attention is distracting me. So we have to understand that spiritual life means I need to give attention to Krishna. I need to give quality attention to Krishna. Because attention you're going to give to someone, to something. We need to say, okay, Krishna, I'm going to give you quality time. At least it starts 10 minutes a day with one round. And if you cannot give 10 minutes of your time to Krishna, When you need it most, Krishna will say, I'm very busy, my attention is somewhere else. You're on your own. Because you were not interested in me. Now you want me. So we must give attention to Krishna. Whoever controls attention will influence behavior. Prabhupada is trying to educate us through his books where we need to place our attention. Without spiritual discipline, people become reactive instead of conscious. So where attention goes, consciousness flows. Very important. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna's greatest crisis was not the battlefield. It was a scattered, overwhelmed mind. Krishna's entire teaching was essentially learn to control wherever your attention goes and you control your life. So wherever the mind goes, Krishna says, bring it back. You get distracted, bring it back. So we want to always bring our mind back to Krishna. And nobody else is going to bring your mind back. Just like nobody's going to eat for you. You have to eat yourself, prasad. So no one is going to bring your mind back. You need to bring your mind back in control and focus it on Krishna. So therefore, again, spiritual life is key. When we understand that I need to revive my relationship with Krishna. And therefore, whatever it takes for me to revive my relationship with Krishna, I want to do that. Now, yes, we're not saying spend 24 hours with Krishna, because that's not practical. Prabhupada tried that. 64 rounds a day, he told disciples to chant. 8 hours a day, imagine. Chanting for 8 hours minimum a day. Is that impossible? No way. Prabhupada said, okay, 32 rounds. Even that was not possible. Prabhupada said, okay, minimum 16. Now, Prabhupada could have, reduced it further and further and further. We would love to go to 0. But Prabhupada knew. See? And what Prabhupada said? Prabhupada said, the more serious the disease, the more serious the medication. So therefore, because our disease is so serious, the 16 rounds is really a minimum. It's supposed to be 64. And Prabhupada reduced it to minimum 16. So that's like non-negotiable. But if you're not doing 16, at least try 5, 1 round, 10 minutes on your beats. Give 10 minutes to Krishna. And then see how your life transforms. Success without alignment leads to emptiness. Many achieve money, automation, audience, and influence, yet still feel anxious, purposeless, and spiritually empty. Why? Because the soul seeks more than consumption and achievement. Human beings are not machines. We require meaning, transcendence, and spiritual nourishment. Michael Jackson, when he left this world, he had left behind a letter. In the letter, he had written, I had fame. I had inconceivable wealth. I had so many followers, yet I was lonely. Imagine somebody with that prosperity. Followers would die to be with him. Yet he was lonely. And people measured their life with their social media profile. I got so many followers following me, so many likes. That does not fulfill the soul. A person who is starving for water cannot be satisfied by eating more food. The hunger remains because the wrong thing is consumed. The soul's hunger is for connection with the divine. No achievement, no audience, no automation can feed it. So you will see with AI, all these challenges are becoming more and more prominent. But AI is not the solution. Spiritual grounding, spiritual life, spiritual practice is what will satisfy the soul. In conclusion, the future belongs to integrated humans. The future will not belong merely to the most technical or automated. Long-term fulfillment belongs to those who integrate spiritual wisdom, emotional intelligence, and technology responsibly. Technology should become a servant to consciousness, not the master of it. And we see Srila Prabhupada, a perfect example. He used technology, never declined it. He used it in Krishna service. Gargamuni Prabhu explains how Prabhupada would dictate every night. And he was going past a shop and he saw this latest dictaphone, just came out. So he went in the shop and he asked the shopkeeper what it was, and the shopkeeper explained this is a dictaphone. Doctors generally use it to record their notes and messages. So he thought, oh, this would be perfect for Srila Prabhupada. So he bought it. He went through the manual, studied, the complexity of how to start the buttons and everything. He said, okay, this is a little complicated, but should manage it. So then closed the box, went, gave it to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, this will be very helpful. Prabhupada said, what is that? And he said, oh, Prabhupada, like dictaphones, like the most advanced dictaphone. Prabhupada said, okay, leave it there. Gargamuni explains that he was wondering, I need to show Prabhupada how to use it. Then, after some time, he found Prabhupada was using the dictaphone without any hassles. Like Prabhupada knew exactly what it was, what to press, how to use it. No problem at all. And he was amazed. Well, Prabhupada knew exactly what it was, how to use it, how to leverage it. So Prabhupada was extraordinary. He didn't reject the technology. And because of that, we have so much books, so many books, dictated books. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he had, over 10 children. Now, I don't know how many of your parents, one child is an austerity to bring up. 2 children, you have to be, empowered in today's world. My parents had 7. In those days, even then was cheap, like really powerful. Today, if you have 7, you have to be super, super empowered. Because raising children is no child's play. It's a heavy responsibility. And not only that, to raise them in this world is a challenge. To make them Krishna conscious is even more challenging. To keep yourself sane is even more challenging. So we take our hats out to all the grihasthas. Now, it's challenging, but if you look at Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he raised so many children responsibly. He had a professional occupation that he would do his work amazingly. What would take hours, he would do it in 30 minutes flat. His colleagues would take a whole day to get, let's say half a dozen cases resolved. Bhaktivinoda Thakur would do that in few hours and go home. His boss complained, "Why are you going home?" Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur go lunchtime, every day would go lunchtime and come back. So his boss complained, "Why are you going home?" Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, "You want my work or you want my time? Like you want my association, you want my work? Because I'm doing my work better than others." The government respected him so much that they built a railway station to his house so that we could facilitate him. So he was respected. And spiritually, everyone sought his association. His timetable was amazing. So he was integrated spiritually and materially integrated. Prabhupada was integrated. If you're just going to be isolated as a materialist, you're in trouble. If you're just going to be isolated as a spiritualist, you might as well go to the mountains. Because in this material world, you will be challenged. Think of a river that is both deep and flowing. Depth without movement becomes a swamp. Movement without depth becomes a flood. The integrated human is both deep in wisdom and active in the world. So we want to digest the wisdom that Srila Prabhupada has given us, and then we want to live responsibly in this world, to teach others how to live. Prahlad Maharaj was not interested in going to the forest. So Prabhupada also was not interested in going to this forest. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj didn't tell him, "You go to the forest and preach to the animals." No. You go to America, you go to the world, you go and speak in the English language to help people. And Prabhupada did that. So we also need to take what we got, this valuable gift of Krishna consciousness, understand it, digest it. Don't accept it blindly. Challenge it. And once you challenge it, and you are able to become convinced, then make it a lifestyle, make it the way you live. And then demonstrate that to others. So stay grounded in the shifting world. AI will transform the external world. And the greatest challenge will be maintaining clarity, identity, morality, peace, purpose, and spiritual alignment. The more advanced technology becomes, the more essential spiritual grounding becomes. Otherwise, humanity risks becoming externally powerful, but internally lost. True freedom is built from the inside out. We should be focused first and foremost inside. Once we resolve and solve the inside problem, the outside will take care of itself. When we connect with Krishna nicely, Krishna can allow the miracles to happen. Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, he would always tell me, he would say that we need to practice Krishna consciousness so nicely that we see Krishna's magic in our life. If you're not seeing Krishna's magic, it means you're not putting enough effort. So we need to really start becoming serious so that we can experience Krishna's magic, and then we can share that same process with others. Because people are seeking. People are looking for the truth. Because there are so many distractions out there. But if we ourselves are not grounded, if we ourselves are not convinced, if we ourselves are not seeing Krishna's magic, Somebody says, Prabhu, it's difficult to jump around the body. It's very difficult. It's okay. No, it's not okay. Wrong association, find somebody that's going to scold you. Somebody that's going to say, well, Prabhu, I think you need to, do a japa course, or you need to, wake up early in the morning or do your japa. Not somebody that's going to pamper your issues. We need to become serious because the world is serious. They're not stopping. Whether it's AI or whether it's some other technology, it ain't going to stop. We need to understand I am spiritual, my identity is I'm a servant of Krishna, and I need to become a serious servant of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we're going to, first, before I share the last analogy, any questions or comments? Yeah, please.
And growing our own vegetables and stuff like that. How do we bring that in regarding to the new world AI?
Yes. So Prabhupada had created, let's say, rolled out 50% of his mission. And the balance 50% Prabhupada did not have time to complete. So Prabhupada lamented that I have not completed 50% of my work. That 50% was Varnashram system that Prabhupada didn't roll out. Prabhupada had given different blueprints, and the different blueprints that Prabhupada has given to different devotees, different of his followers, have different areas of focus. So, for example, Srila Bhakti Charamach says that during the last days when Prabhupada was leaving this world, at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, Prabhupada would start speaking to him. And Prabhupada would start telling him about his future vision. And Prabhupada would say that my goal is to give Krishna consciousness to everyone, immaterial of their background. We want to give Krishna consciousness to everyone. So that was one vision, to create systems where anyone and everyone is somehow connected. Like, for example, if you look at Jagannath Rath Yatra. Jagannath Rath Yatra is an amazing festival because you can get so many people involved. The police, the government, the department, the media, the vegetable cutters, the coordinators, the fundraisers, the cooks, the preachers. The festival is so amazing, it gets everybody involved. So Prabhupada wanted that, right? Some or other people need to be connected. That was Prabhupada's vision. Then Prabhupada also said in terms of farming. And Prabhupada said farming is important because if there's going to be a world war, as technology advances, guess what happens with the level of the war? It also advances to that level, right? Like we have seen, the latest wars was with drones. Because you're creating drones. Prabhupada says if you're creating technology, you're going to have to use the technology. So when that happens, in Mahabharata, in Vedic times, war were never public in public places. There was a battlefield far away from the residential area. The warriors would go there, fight, decide who wins, and then come to the public. Right now, it's right in the city center, right where people are. So that's the challenge. So Prabhupada said that if there's a war and calamity strikes, then the necessities are going to be scarce. So people are going to need natural resources, and that's where farming would assist. Prabhupada also said that most people, because of government and exploitation, people will start to move away from the city and start their own farming areas, isolated. So that's why we want to have the example of how you can live with a farm. And Prabhupada called it Gita Nagari. Prabhupada wanted to show how you can live off the land with cows and the bull and chant Hare Krishna. Now in South Africa, it becomes a challenge. If you have a farm in the outskirts, you have to be worried about the crime and the people that are, going to steal. So that becomes a challenge. So yes, you have to understand the dynamics of where we are. And there are a few devotees that are trying, in their own capacity. For example, if you see in other places like in India, Govardhan Eco Village, amazing example, right, to show the world. And they also educate, so you can go there, learn, and then you slowly start. Right? But we need to move in that direction, whether it's small steps, but slowly we need to move in that direction. When we got the Midrand property, that was one of the ideas. And the beauty of the Midrand property, for example, is that it has a farming ethos, like a farm natural resort ethos, right in the middle of a city center. Okay, so you're protected in the city by the four, let's say, walls of the city, and right in the center is like a beautiful farm experience. Okay, so that means you don't need to be out, far away from the city where, thieves can, come into. At least that way you're locally in the city, there's more protection. So that was the initial idea also. But yeah, some other, if we have the inclination for that, then we can start. You obviously need resources, skills. If you're lazy, it's not going to be for you. Yeah, farming is hard work, hard service. Yeah, and AI can only help in terms of, for example, I can have AI to understand the soil, analyze the soil, understand, weather patterns, etc. So this AI can be involved, but you still need hands-on. Yeah. So each one, if anyone is interested, then yeah, there's a lot of material available. And if you have resources, you can start. Just like some devotees, they love cows. See, Prabhupada wanted Goshala to have our own cows, live off the cows. In fact, Prabhupada wanted our own cows, own farming, and then you have your own cows, own farm. You raise the cows, you take the milk, you send it to Gonitai. You have your own vegetables, you grow vegetables, you send it for Gonitai. This is how Prabhupada wanted it. Yeah, Prabhupada's vision was vast. And it will come. We may, each of us need to see where can we assist. What resonates with me? What part of Krishna consciousness, gets me ticking, right? And then latch onto that. What they say, heart, soul, sinker, was it? It's like get into it full without, any reservation. So let's say, for example, I like doing garlands. Then don't just be happy with making normal garlands. No, go to the internet. Look at other people on the internet making garlands. You will be shocked at the creativity. You like baking. Don't just stick to standard cake cups. Yes, cupcakes, right? AI, recoding, right? Cupcakes. So don't just be, sometimes you make a cupcake, there's no icing on top. You can't give that to the Lord. You can't even give that to the devotees. Right? So look at how people make different designs. So creative. Now, they are creative without Krishna in the formula. You have the opportunity to learn that creativity and offer it to Krishna. And just see, when you put that heart and energy into it, one day you'll see that cupcakes disappear from the plate. Because Krishna ate it. That's what we want. So we need to focus, we need to become expert at the service that you love. And that service will then drive you to Krishna's lotus feet. So every one of us need to see what in Prabhupada's mission, what in Prabhupada's movement can I take on as my service that I'll die for. And then I want to master that service. And then I want to offer that service to Prabhupada and the mission. Is that okay? So yeah, if you like farming, amplify it. There's plenty of opportunity. Any other questions? Yes. Yes.
I'm just wondering that, since we all wish to attain Krishna, the challenge sometimes comes in with living in routine. Because with like learning the scriptures, we learn, okay, we are not the body, we are the soul, and that the fruits of our actions are not ours, but for Lord Krishna's enjoyment. So how do you still find the same sort of motivation and perseverance that comes with material attachment? Because with most cases, people are driven by their attachment to the results of their work.
Yes.
So obviously, the answer to that would be good for Krishna's pleasure, but how do you know that he is pleased with your effort? Because it never actually feels like enough.
Yes. So that's why it's key to have somebody like Srila Prabhupada or a devotee in your life to be able to guide. So for example, Prabhupada was giving a talk in 26 Second Avenue, and one drunkard came inside. He had 2 toilet rolls and then stumbled over the devotees, went into the toilet, left the toilet roll, stumbled out and went home. And Prabhupada said, just see, his spiritual life has started. So Prabhupada appreciated that that person came and offered a toilet roll. And Prabhupada was pleased. And because Prabhupada was pleased, Krishna blessed that person. Right? So how do we know that Krishna was pleased? Because Prabhupada was pleased. When you please the devotees, Krishna is pleased. And when Krishna is pleased, you will feel him. You will feel elated. You will feel something different. Spiritual life is not about trying to feel good on your own. Spiritual life is about trying to please the devotees, and Krishna will give you that experience. And you feel that presence, you feel that Krishna is happy. That satisfaction you'll get, and you'll get it nowhere else. Right? So that's how we can know. Now, it's not about complete, it's not a overnight journey. I can start small. For example, in one program, when I asked for questions, somebody at the back raised their hands and they said, I love smoking. Should I stop smoking? I said, no. Nobody said you should stop smoking. He got a shock. Like, what you mean? You mean I don't need to stop smoking? No. You just start chanting. See, don't stop things. Start things. Don't become detached. Become attached. So what should I start? Start becoming attached to Krishna. You can carry on doing whatever you're doing. I don't care. Because it's difficult to change. But it's easy to bring. Like somebody is doing all different types of pujas, right? No problem. You're doing all your puja, carry on doing your puja. Just chant Hare Krishna. Bring Hare Krishna for 5-10 minutes in your life. You're doing this puja and this mantra and that mantra. No problem. Just bring Krishna in your life. Chant Hare Krishna. You're chanting 101 mantras, all different mantras, no problem. Just chant Hare Krishna. So as soon as you start chanting Hare Krishna, like I told this person, as soon as you chant Hare Krishna, the Hare Krishna mantra will chase your cigarettes away. You don't need to do anything about your cigarettes. Leave it to Krishna. Krishna will do that. So if you bring Krishna, let Krishna do the work. Your goal is bring Krishna. Then let Krishna guide you. How to live in this world, what to do, and how to manage this world. Srila Haridas Thakur, the prostitute, came to him. Prabhupada says he didn't control his senses. He gave his senses to Krishna through the holy name, and Krishna protected him. So that's what we should do. Simply bring Krishna. And it's very simple. We chant Hare Krishna, we take prasad, we read a little philosophy, associate with devotees, and in this way, we bring Krishna in our life. Is that okay? Yeah. And you need further, further guidance in practical, because obviously each one's life is different, each one's scenario is different. Then we can discuss more in terms of details and practically see how we can bring Krishna more and more in your life. All right, so in conclusion, now we're going to have Kirtan. Kirtan is a powerful process. Firstly, because it's a happy process. You become happy. Everybody loves to dance and chant out there in the material world. We also have chanting and dancing. It's amazing. Sometimes you see the same people in an environment where they're chanting and dancing in a disco, and they're like they've gone a little berserk. And then when they come to the temple, they're like, they're wondering, like, it's the same person. Something's not right here. And Lord Chaitanya, he came to give the dancing process. So you're supposed to be dancing for him. So yes, dancing is important. We don't mind it at all. Lord Chaitanya, he came to give the process to chant and dance. And it's a very powerful form to create powerful energy. The more you give energy, the more you get in return, both from the devotees and from Krishna. Okay, so we should not be reserved in chanting loudly, in clapping, in dancing. Yeah. Even in the beginning, if you go wild, it's okay. Because it creates energy. Right? So, Tukaram, he was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya initiated Tukaram. And Tukaram, he mentioned that if you sleep and chant, then the Lord will come and sit by you. But if you sit and chant, then the Lord will come and stand by you. And if you stand and chant, then the Lord will come and dance with you. And if you dance and chant, then the Lord will embrace you. Got that? It's beautiful, huh? He said, if you sleep and chant, then the Lord will come and sit by you. If you sit and chant, the Lord will come and stand by you. If you stand and chant, the Lord will come and dance by you. And if you dance and chant, the Lord will come and embrace you. And this is the gift of Lord Chaitanya. The Lord wants to embrace you. And you not allowing him. Lord Chaitanya wants to embrace you. So we need to give the Lord the opportunity to chant and dance. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Itai Gopranande.
Shinananda Prabhu ki, Prabhupada ki. So I know our restaurant is using the words job dropping July. So I can say the same here. We had a job dropping talk, but at the same time, we had a jaw